Guys, sleep deprivation is very common and a very challenging aspect of fatherhood and parenting, and it definitely can affect your physical and mental well-being. So let me just share with y'all how me and my wife handled that. So we had our first child, we had our daughter about 2 years ago, and we had our son about 10 months ago. It was very, very challenging. The early stages of raising our newborns were very challenging, particularly more so with the first child, because we were new parents. We didn't know everything. And as any parent that is a new parent, you're not going to know everything. No matter how much people tell you, you're not going to know really enough about parenting until you're really in it. And for me, sleep deprivation, I was sleep deprived a lot. And I'm not used to that because I love to get my sleep. I love sleep. And I really had to get used to the fact that I just can't lay down and take naps whenever I want just because I'm tired. I actually have to take care of children. So after we had our daughter a few years ago, before we left the hospital, we were so excited to get home. Like, we can't wait to get home. I had no idea when I walked through that door how much my life had changed. It changed so much to the point where the entire environment where we lived, everything felt different. And then when we got ready for bed that night, me and my wife said we're going to sleep in the living room because she was still recovering, and our bed is pretty high, and we didn't want her getting up that high and getting down. So we slept in the living room. Our daughter was literally crying like every 15 to 30 minutes, waking up. I was like, what is this? I was like, what is this? I had no idea how much less sleep I was going to get. Like, the exhaustion that comes with being sleep deprived. It was very, very challenging for us. We swapped off, and sometimes that worked in the beginning and sometimes it didn't. We just had to go through the motions to find out what worked and what didn't. But eventually we got into a routine, which routines really do kind of help. But when you put the baby down, they say sleep when the baby's asleep. For us, it worked sometimes and sometimes it didn't. But what I found that worked for me and my wife, even in the early stages of raising newborns and raising children, is that when one of us, it's not good for both of us to just be exhausted and tired at the same time, because that's a recipe for failure and a disaster, because then you have irritated and angry people, and you definitely don't want that. So what I found that is very helpful is that if I have enough energy, what I'll do is I'll say, hey, go ahead and take you a nap, get some rest, get some sleep. I got the kids for a few hours. And then I did it that way. And I would say, if I need some rest, when you wake up, maybe you can get the kids for a few hours and I can sleep. That works for us pretty well. And even now it kind of works, but I'm just so used to the fact that my sleep is just different now. It's just, I'm used to it now. But it's all things, I think in parenting, it does get better in due time. But I do think that staying in a routine definitely can be helpful. All right.